What's going on, guys? I hope all is well. I wanted to talk a few moments about quiet quitting. This is a new phenomenon that's been talked about over the past month or so. And I wanted to define what it is and also give you my breakdown of quiet quitting and tell you whether I think it's good or not good, essentially. And this is a new phenomenon that has started, and basically it's the process of a person who works at an employer who works a standard job, and they are basically doing the bare minimum or the bare minimum requirements of that job to at least stay satisfactory. So, for example, if your sales quota is 10 sales per week, you're gonna do enough just to do, just to get 10 sales essentially. Or if you have a quota to, reach 100 customers, you're gonna do the bare minimum to reach, 100 customers essentially. So you're basically doing enough just to stay satisfactory, so you can basically keep a job, and you're not really going over and beyond at that job. And this has kind of been talked about over the past month or so. I've seen several people on TV who have done that, and now they're doing something different. Now they're doing a different field, or they've started their own business, or they moved on to a different job essentially. So this has been talked about regularly, and people feel comfortable talking about it. And so I don't know what a term came from or who started it essentially, but I believe all of this has started from the pandemic, because that allowed people to be able to sit down. That allowed people to be able to sit down, work from home, and kind of realize that, hey, I like, my freedom a little bit. I like, being at home, essentially. I like being able to be around my family a tad bit more, And then also during the pandemic, some people maybe got laid off some also, and then they were still getting benefits from the government as far as being paid unemployment, and that allowed people to be able to kind of sit back and kind of analyze their life and say, hey, I like, being at home, having that autonomy in my life essentially. And that's what's been hurting the workforce. I know now the job numbers have been rising up some, but still, you still have a lot of people who don't have jobs, and a lot of people who are kind of pushing back essentially on going back to their old job or going back to the office. A lot of people now, they don't mind working, but they want to be able to maybe work from home sometimes, or maybe work from home all the time on a job. Or some employers now are offering a mid schedule or a hybrid schedule, to where a person can work from home sometimes and then work at the job sometimes. So you seeing right now employers are trying to bend in as well, or try to be flexible, because they know the workers are frustrated, and people don't want to work essentially, because I'm going to different stores. I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to different stores, and I'm seeing like a lack of help essentially. I'm going in the line, and I'm seeing the line is backed up. I'm seeing like only one person, maybe two at the most, helping out. Or I'm going to different stores like Dollar General. That store all the time. I've been to I go to a few of them around my place, around my home, and all of them are similar. All of them have maybe one worker, sometimes maybe two at the most, and they have stuff all stocked up around the store essentially, and it's backed up because people are not working. People, for lack of a better term, they got spoiled, or some people maybe just recognize that, hey, I want to do something different in life. And some people have went to different avenues in their life, started their business, or worked on it, started on that side hustle to be able to do something different in life, essential. So I believe the pandemic was a blessing for some people. Maybe for the jobs, maybe it was a curse to a certain extent, because it kind of woke people up. It woke people up because with the education system, it trains you to be employees. It doesn't train you to be a thinker. It doesn't train you actually to want to start your business, start that business, to be able to, build that generational wealth. And I believe that pandemic allowed people to reset their minds. And some people for the good, some people for the bad. Because if you're just not really doing nothing, not want to work or do anything, you have to change that mindset. But some people, it really reset for the good, to want to be able to start their business and really be able to push forward towards their dreams and towards their goals. So it really reset life, that the pandemic. But my opinion of quiet quitting, I believe it's not good. And I say this because in life, you have to be a good steward over what you have. And I believe it's very important to, wherever you're at, whether it's a good job or whether maybe it's a dead-end job. Maybe it's a job that you're going to be working for just only a year or so, or 6 months or a year. But any job that you do, I think it's very important to have good habits, and it's very important to give your best. I think about it like a football player or basketball player, as far as practice. So when you practice, you have to be able to pay attention and give full effort in practice, because the way you practice is the way that you're going to play in the actual game. If you're a person who kind of hot dogs it in practice, you're going to hot dog it in the actual game. You're not going to play well in the actual game. But if you're giving your best in the actual practice, you're giving your best, you're giving your all, you're fully focused, you're paying attention. That's when you can have a good game and play a really good game. In the same way with your job. I mean, if you're not satisfied with your job and you're still working it, you still need to give your best. You still need to be a good steward over that, because if you are, for lack of a better term, hot dogging it here at your job, once you have that business and things don't go the way you want it to, you're going to start, hot dogging it then. You're going to start doing some things, not giving effort, not being disciplined, not giving just that full effort. So it's very important. It's very important that you give full effort wherever you at, because those habits follow. You can't really just stop and go on habits. You can't just say, well, I'm gonna do this today, and then I'm gonna give full effort maybe next week, next time. You kind of back and forth. But if you really focus all the time, whatever you do, that's how you can really move forward towards life. And I just leave you with this quote: how you do one thing is how you do everything. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're a lazy person, you're gonna be lazy in all aspects of life. If you're not a lazy person, you're a hardworking person, you're gonna be hardworking in every aspect of life. So make sure that you try to give full effort. But I believe quiet quitting is not a good thing. I believe that you should give full effort to anything that you do, because if you're a business owner and someone did that to you, you would be upset about it. You definitely wouldn't like it, because you expect them to give effort since you are paying them to do the job. So I just want to share that with you. And in the comments, you can definitely drop your opinion. Let me know what you're thinking about. Let me know what you think about quiet quitting, and let me know what you think, if you think it's a good thing or is it a bad thing. And also hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.